I've got a couple of scenarios now to sort of try and bring it back onto farm. That's great, Toad, but how might I use them in a more practical sense? I've got three examples that we'll go through slowly. They're pretty simple, but hopefully, like I said at the start, they give you an idea around the principles and how you can apply them if you generate some carbon credits. So the first example is we could sell them for some income. An old McDonald has a farm, let's say he's got 1,000 hectares, and he commences the project in 2022, and his baseline sampling costs are $35,000. If we fast forward 2 years, and we're now in 2024, he goes through the accrediting process and he's credited 2,000 ACCUs. At that time, a buyer offers him $35 an ACCU, and he says, look, that's great. I'd love to sell some. So he chooses to sell 1,000 ACCUs. And why would he sell 1,000 ACCUs? Well, if we do that quick maths I've got written there, if he sells 1,000 at $35 each, that's $35,000, which is initially, that covers his initial investment in his second year of his baseline sampling costs. So he can cover his costs in year two, and he's still got 1,000 left over, and they'll just be in his ANREU account for another use that he might like to do it at another time. I've got a little asterisk on the $35,000 there. Just like share trading, selling any commodity, brokerage will apply. It's a small amount. I've just got that there for transparency. So what happens with the sale? Well, the sale is actually the transfer of ownership. So those ACCUs are transferred from Old McDonald's ANREU account into the purchaser's ANREU account. So they've now got 1,000 ACCUs in their ANREU account. That purchaser happens to be an emitter, and they've got some 2030 or 2050 emissions targets they're trying to hit, and they want to retire those. They want to offset those emissions. So they go through the retirement process, and those ACCUs are then used by that emitter, and that completes the cycle there. So a simple example of how you can sell your ACCUs to cover cost. In this example, we've used them to cover our baseline costs, but we might want to invest them into some water infrastructure, some wire infrastructure. We might want to go on a holiday or buy a new tractor. Again, at your discretion, but monetizing the benefit of ACCUs.